What's up, guys? How y'all doing? I hope y'all having a great afternoon. You know, I am. Just woke up. Um, we're going to do the Bible in a year. That's okay with y'all. And then meeting with God. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. I am praying if y'all can hear me or not. Sorry, I couldn't change the background of. Sorry, I couldn't change the background of. I can't change the background of the stream right now. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. But we're going to do a Bible in a year. Uh, There's so in this one there's job 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to read all that. I don't think there's any devotional in this one. So let's go to job 1, and it says in the land of Uz there live there lived a man named whose name was Job, the man who blessed or blameless and upright. He feared God and shunned evil. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters, and he owned 7,000 sheep, 3 sheep came or 3,000 camels, 500 yokes and ox, and 500 donkeys, and it had a large number of servants. He was the greatest man among all the people of the East. His sons used to hold a feast in their homes on their birthdays, and they would invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. When a prior of feasting had run its course, Job would make an argument or arrangement for them to be perfiled. Early in the morning, he would sacrifice a burnt offering from each of them, thinking, "Perhaps my children have sinned and cursed God in their hearts." This was Job's regular custom. Custom. One day the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them. The Lord said to Satan, Where have you come from?" Satan answered the Lord, "From roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth of it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered your servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God, shuns evil. Does Job fears does Job fear God's for nothing?" Satan replied, "Have you not put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has? You have blessed them, or sorry, you have blessed the work of his hands, so that his flock and herd are spread throughout the land. But now stretch out your hands and strike everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." This is the devil saying this. The Lord said to Satan, "Farewell. Then everything he has in your power, but one the man himself, do not lay a finger or do not lay a finger. This Satan went out from the prince the prince of the Lord one day when Job's sons and daughters were fasting and drinking wine and the oldest brother's house, or at the oldest brother's house. A manager came to Job and said, the oxen were blowing and donkeys were grazing nearby, and the Subin attacked and made off with them. They put the servant to the sword, and I am the only one who has escaped to tell you, or accepted to tell you. While he was still speaking, another messenger came and said, the fire of God fell from the heavens and burned up the sheep and the servant, and I am the only one who accepted to. Oh wait, oh yeah, to tell you. While he was still, while he was still speaking, another messenger came and said, the Clarence formed three raiding parties and swept down on the camels and made off with them. They put the servant into the sword, and I'm the only one who has accepted to tell you. While he was still speaking, yet another messenger came and said, your son and daughters were feasting and drinking wine at the older brother's house. When suddenly mighty wind swept and from the desert and strike the four corners of the house, it collapsed on them, and they are dead. And I am the only one who has escaped to tell you. At this point, or at this, Job got up and got and torn his robe and shaved his head. Then he fell to the ground and worshipped and said, naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. My name of the Lord to be praised. And all this did not sin by changing or charging God with wandering or one wrongdoing. That is job one. That's only job one. Let's go to job two. On another day, the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them to present him before him. And the Lord said to Satan, where have you come from? Satan answered the Lord, from roaming throughout the earth. Go back and forth. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? This is the same thing. No, it's not. Have you. Okay. There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright and a man who fears God and shun evil, and he will still maintain his equity through through your entrance, me against him to run or ruin him without any reason. Skin for skin. Satan replied, a man who will give all his or a man who gives all of his for his own life. But now stretch out your hands and strike his flesh and bones. At this point, I think the devil's telling God to strike his name or strike his hand into Job's body. Um, The Lord said to Satan, "Farewell, then he is in your hands, but you must spread his light." I think this Bible copy is kind of, I can adjust it. Oh, there we go. That should be much better. Um, so Satan went out from the prince of the Lord, and a flock Job with painful sores from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. Then Job took a piece of a broken pottery and scraped himself with it. As he sat among the ashes, his wife said to him, "Are you still meditating your introductory curse God and die?" He replied, "You are talking like a foolish woman. Woman, shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" In all of this, Job did not sin in what he said. When Job's three friends, and Olympus the Timnit and Blind Dad, the Shut and Sofa the Labyrinth, I have no idea how to say these words, hear about all the troubles that he came upon him. They sat out from the homes, or sat they sat out from their homes and met together by argument to go and sympathize him and comfort him. When they saw him from distance, they could hardly recognize him. They began they began to weep aloud, and they tore their robes and sprinkled dust on their hands. Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights. No one said a word to him because they saw how great his suffering was. Jobs 3. After this, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth. He said, May the may the day of my birth perish, of the night that said a boy is conceived. The day may it turn to darkness. My God above not care about it. May not light may no light shine on it. My glooms and utter darkness claims it once more. May a cloud settle over it. My blackness overwhelmed it. The night my thick darkness sighs it. May it not be included among the day of the year, nor be entered in any of months. May the night be burned or barn, may not shout of joy be heard in it. May those who curse days curse the day. Those who are ready to wars limited. May its morning star become dark. May it wait for daylight in vain, and not see the first ray of dawn. For it's not for it did not shut the doors of a womb on me to hide troubles from his eyes. Why did I not purge the birth and die as I came from the womb? Why were okay, sorry. Why were their knees to receive me and breasts that I might be nursed? For now I would be lying down in peace. I will be asleep and rest. with king and ruler of the earth, who built themselves place now lying in runs, with prince who had gold, who filled their house with silver, or why was I not hidden away from the ground and like a stillborn child, like an infant who never saw the light of day? There is wreck cases from Trummel, and there were waivers at the rest. Capfid also joined their ease. There's no longer, or they no longer hear the slave driver shout. The small and great are there, and their slaves are freed from their own. Why is light given in those mystery, and life to better our souls? To those who long for death that does not come, who read or who search for it more than for hidden treasures, who are filled with gladness and rejoice when they're reached. They gave. Why is life given it to a man who weighs his hidden, whom God has hedged in? For singing has become my daily food. My grunts pour out like butter. What I fear has come upon me. What I dread has happened to me. I have no peace, no quietness. I have no rest, but only turmoil. Let's go to uh, let's go to job 4. Job 4. Hey, my iPad got that. The Ifits. Then the Ifrits, the intimidate reply. If someone enters a world with you, will you be impatient? But who can keep from speaking? Think how you have inter- introduced many, how you made, sorry, how you have strengthened feeble hands. Your words, or your words have supported those who stumbled. You have strengthened fearing knees. But no troubles came to you, and you have discharged and strike you, and you are made. You should not be prior pretty by your confidence, and your blameless way your hope. Considering now, whose being indoors has ever pursed or pierced, where where the or upright ever destroyed. I have observed those who plow evil, and those who sour troubles repeated. At breath of God they perish. At the blast of anger they are no more. The lion may roar and growl. Yet the teeth of the great lion are broken. The lion purges the lack of pure prey, and the cub of the lioness are scratched. A word was secretly brought to me. My ears caught a whisper of it. Among the yet disquieting dreams in the night, when deep sleep fall on people, fear and troubling seized me and made all my bones shake. A spirit glided past my face, and their hair or my body stood on end. I stopped, but I could not tell what it was. A form stood before my eyes. I hear a hushed voice. Can I motor be more righteousness with than God? Can even can even a strong man be more pure than Maker? If God placed no trust in his servant, if he charged his angels with error, how much more those those who live in house of clay, who foundations of the dust, who are crushed more readily than a moth. Between dawn and dusk, they are broken to pieces, un, untouched. Their pressure pier, pierced forever. Are not the cord of the tent pull up of those who died without wisdom. That was four, actually. Let's go to five, and we'll go from there. This one is a long one, so bear with me. Okay. Call if you will, call if you will. But who will answer you? To which the holy ones will you turn? Restment skills are full, and everyday slaves. The simple. I myself have seen a fool taking root, but suddenly a house was cursed. His children were far from safety, crushed in court without defender. The hunger consumed his harvest, taking it even from among thorns. The, and the thirsty pants after his wealth. For hardship does not spring from the soul, nor does trouble sprouts from the ground. Yet man was born to trouble, and surely as sparks fly upward. But if I were you, I will appear to God. I will lay my cause for him. His performs wonders that cannot be faithful, miracles that cannot be counted. He provides rain for 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 the earth. He sends water, water on the counterside. The lower he, the lower, lowly, he sets on high, and those who mourn and lifted to safety. He thwart the plans of crafty, so that their hands achieves no success. He catch the wiles and the craftiness and the scrumps of the willy, and wept away. Darkness comes upon them in the daytime and noon. They they grope in as night. In the night he saved the needy from the sword in their mouths. He saved them from clutch of the power. So the poor has hope, and in justice shouted his mouth. Blessed in this home God created. So do not despise or discipline the all of the Almighty, for who whines, but he also bends up his injuries, but his hand also heal. From six Clemtons he will rescue you. In seven no more in seven no harm will touch you. In five he will deliver you from death and a battle from the stroke of the sword. He will be protect he will you will be protected from the lash of the tongue and need not fear when destruction comes. You will laugh at this destructions and find or fame, and need not fear the wild animals For you will conceive with stone of the field, and the wild animals will be in peace with you. You will know that your tent is secure. You will take stock of your property and find nothing missing. You will know that your children will be many, and your descendants like the grass on the earth. You will come from the grave in full fruit, and like sheaves gathering seeds, you will have it. We will examine this. It is true. So hear it from applying to yourself. That was 5. Let's go to today's devotional. Hopefully that's doing okay for y'all. Let's go to job 6. Then Jobs replied, "If only my English would be weighted and all my miseries be placed on the scale, it would surely outweigh the sand of the sea. No wonder my words have been pointless. The arrow of the Almighty are in me. My spirit drinks in the poison. God's terror are malice against me. There's a wild donkey prayer pray when it has grass, or has ox below when it has fodder. It's tasteless food eating without salt, or is there flavor with sop of a mush or of the marlow? I refuse to touch it. Such food makes me ill. Oh, that I might have my request that God would grant what I hope for, that God will be willing to crush me, to let loose in his hands and cut off my life, then I would still have the I would still have this consolations. My joy is unlimited pain, that I have not denied words from the Holy One. The strength to do I have, that I should still hope what per, per, perspected prospects, that I have been patient in my flesh broza. Do I have any power to himself? Now the success has been driven for me. Anyone who withhold kindness from a friend forsake the fear of the Almighty. But my brothers are unacceptable and are as intimate streams as the streams that overflow when the darkness bites through ice. It's shallowed or swallowed with melting snow. But the but that doesn't stop flowing in the dry season. And in the heat vanish from their channels, griffins turn aside from their roots. They go off into wasteland and perish. The carbonates of timber look for water. The traveling merchants of Sheba look in hope. They are distressed because they have been confident. They arrive there. They arrive there only to be disappointed. Now you have to provide to be no hope. You see something dreadful and are afraid. Have I ever said, give something on my behalf, pay a ransom for me from your weed? Deliver me from the hand of enemy. Rescue me from the clutch of the reckless. Teach me, and I will be quiet. Show me where I have been wrong. How painful and honest words. But what did your argument prove? Do you mean to correct what I say or treat by disparate words as when you would even cast lots for the fairness and bit better way your friend? But now be so kind as to or to look at me. When I lie to your face, reckless, do not be a just reconsider my entry in stake. Is there a reckless on my lips? Can my mouth be demolished? Tomorrow. Okay. Now let's go to meeting with God. Let's go to John 10:27. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. Prayer through by listening. When you're spending time with Jesus, do you receive directions from Him? Does He tell you what to do and when and how do you do it? Some Christians don't believe God does this, but Jesus said, "My sheep, my sheep hears my voice. They follow me." John 10:27. There is no way through your trial except to get along with Jesus and cry, Lord. You're the only one on this earth who can help me. Only you know the way through this trial. So I'm going to stay here until you tell me what to do. I'm not going anywhere until you speak to my heart. This is you telling God. This is the kind of prayer, or this is kind praying through that is pleasing to God. It means stopping everything, all activities until you hear His voice. Only then you will hear Him speak clearly to your heart. You got you got to make things right with this person, or you will make, or you got to make resolution here, or just stand still until next week. Don't get in a hurry. Sit in presence, sit in my presence, and trust me. He will give you clear directions. Matthew 26. Going a little further, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, "My Father, if it was possible, may the cup be taken from me, yet not as I will, but as you will." Breaking through prayer. Jesus prayed a breaking through prayer at the yes, the Gethsemane. I think of Christ breaking through prayer as the ultimate, the ultimate prayer. By ultimate, I mean the end of the series. By this point, everything had been or has been tried, and this was my ultimate or final prayer. The only that or the one that would move mountains and I shake hell. It was simply this. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. Matthew 26:39. Jesus gets up from pleading and saying in Israel's, I pray, wept, fasted, done everything. Now, Father, I unload my soul to you in total trust. You will be done. Have you ever presenced this ultimate prayer to the Lord over a situation? There's four notes. I have prayer fast and induced over the matters. I have asked, knocked, sought, and believed. Yet what is happening now is not what I want. I don't think I can handle it. Then you add, but you have the Almighty God and casting everything into your hands now, Father. Do what you want to do when you choose to do it. I rest in your promise to me. This is the rest, or this is the rest that remains for God's people today. The rest referred to in Hebrews 4. It it is to come into the blessed promise of new covenants, in which God declares to us, I will be I will be a father to you, and you will be my child. Beloved, until you pray this ultimate prayer, you cannot move your mountain, but you can do. God will open your eyes to something amazing, and you will no longer miss the answer to prayer when it comes. Matthew 6. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret, you will reward you. Devotional. The power of the secret closet. Do you have a closet of prayer? I do not mean an actual closed closet, but rather do you have a habit of shutting yourself with God? To have a secret closet means simple to shut in with God anywhere, anytime, giving quality chosen time to yawn for Him, seek Him, and call on His name. Prayer close means prayer habits. Do you have a daily practice of getting along with God? This is what the prayer closes is all about. Practice it above discipline yourself to come before God to answer when the spirit lingering calls you. It means having a heart that says, I must get along with God. I must talk with my Father today. Do not or don't be deceived. It takes constrained effort to prayer or to pray. When you go into your secret closet, shut the door and turn off your phone. Any child of God who sets his heart and to seek the Father is going to face what I call static interruptions. The devil will come to interrupt you to get your mind onto anything except your heavenly Father. Jesus clearly said, "When you pray, go into a room. When you have shut your door, pray to your Father who is secret place." Matthew 6:6. In other words, when you go into your closet, don't start praying until you shut the door. This means don't talk to your Father with a collection mind. Shut out all the thoughts that keep you driving away from Him. Be awake, focused, not wasting words, not thinking of something else. If you're thinking of something else, you would not be praying to God, just like me. I think a lot of things, but I don't get the word to y'all sometimes. You you can let your mind wander when you talk with friends or when you have a job or in school, but you but when you come into the presence of the king, the Bible says he sees in secret. Many people pray for long hours, yet they are powerless in a daily walk. Then wonder why answers do not come, why they don't have victory. It is because they pray with their closed doors wide open. They leave open the doors of distractions. And God does not answer half hearted instant prayer. Do you go into your secret closet and pray half heartedness for hours scratching style, never distraction, focus, never hitting the target of a God's ear because you don't know what you want or need. Beloved, the discipline and absolutely impurify. If you are, if you if we are to meet with God and be heard by Him, we have to be where He is in secret. Your Father who who sees in secret will reward you openly. Matthew 6:6. God has invited you to come boldly into the throne of grace, and it is behind closed doors. That will conclude my devotional. Uh, and hopefully I'll see y'all pretty soon. Like, it just all depends how I feel tomorrow. Um, next week, next Thursday, um, I will be doing a softball, not tournament, but softball, LSU softball going on so next Thursday through next Sunday. Um, I will be a busy man. If you want to come on next Thursday, please let me know or type in the chat. I will be on next Thursday during doing that uh, softball tournament, and then February 24th, February 13th. February 13th is when the LSU first baseball season starts back up. And then after all that, I won't be doing any baseball this on the 27th because I'm going to the KC basketball game. Man, that team sucks. And in March 12th or the 11th, I'll be going to Florida. So I'll be doing that here. I'll be doing this in Florida. Hopefully, I'll try to bring my headset and stuff. So hopefully, I'll see y'all soon and uh, continue praying, continue doing all that stuff. Uh, I really do enjoy this with y'all. So hopefully, I'll see y'all soon. Have a great day or the rest of your day, and go Cats and go Tigers.